I think the expectation though that they'll have a wee bit more flair about them this week. Obviously, Mikey Moore coming back, you saw his impact off the bench at Rugby Park. For me, it's what they're crying out for. Somebody, a ball runner, a ball carrier, somebody who's prepared to go at men. And he's shown a finishing touch as well. He also scored a great goal at Dens just before he got his injury in that Arsenal break. Scores a fantastic opening goal. And I think a really harshly disallowed second goal where he dinks the goalie. I mean, what did you make of his comeback performance down the road?
Excellent. No, to come back from injury, having been out a few weeks, and he seamlessly got into that kind of performance for the bench, I thought was really impressive. I mean, he literally did just carry on from where he'd left off when he got injured. Well, I think we've slaughtered the recruitment in the summer for weeks and months now, quite rightly. There's a lot of players that have come in, haven't delivered. And at the start, Mikey Moore even got a bit of criticism. But I remember saying at the time, no, he wasn't playing well, obviously. I don't think the way Russell Martin was setting up, it felt to me like, I don't think it helped him. It felt to me Mikey Moore was like restricted. He was kind of chained to the touchline.
He didn't look like he had that licence just to go and express himself. And I think that's clearly what Danny Rowe's done. He says, listen, you're a guy who can run with the ball. So go and run with the ball.
That this is a boy with real ability, real talent. He's so highly rated down south by Spurs and by England. And you've seen that before he got injured in terms of playing infield, going and affecting the game, impacting the game. That goal he scored at Rugby Park the other night. See that, somebody collecting the ball in a half turn and driving at a defence.
I don't think anybody's done it this season at all.
Rangers just haven't had any of that this season. And it's a shame because, I don't want to single him out again, but somebody at Asgard, you were expecting that from him, I think, and he just hasn't done it at all. I think Bayrami's done a wee bit of that in recent weeks where he's been quite impressive. Obviously, he picked up an injury at Kelly at the weekend as well. But no, I think of all the signings that have come in, and I know Mikey Moore's only a loan player, but he's arguably the best. And I wrote a piece for the paper the other day saying, when I look at Mikey Moore now and I look at the kind of wee bond that he seems to have struck up, not just with the fans, but with the manager. The manager speaks very highly of him. He spoke well of the manager. I would be making the call to try and get Mikey Moore next season.
That was literally my next question.
Honestly, I mean, he's still only 18. Is he really ready for the kind of rigours of the Premier League at that age? Spurs, obviously Spurs. Thomas Frank, the manager there, we're not sure what his plan for Mikey Moore is. But honestly, I would be making the call just now to say, look, no, in terms of his development, we think another season up here. Obviously, he got off to a difficult start here. He's picked up a wee injury, change of manager, but now Rangers have a manager who really believes in Mikey Moore and looks, as you say, as if he's going to give him the freedom and the licence to go and affect games.
You're talking about that difficult start, and I remember, I think we've spoken about this before, it was after the Dundee performance where you saw him really, really grow, and it can show what all the hype is about down the road about him, and he spoke about just how that difficult start has been good for him. He's embraced it. He's not shied away. I remember there was some rumours about and perhaps wanted to go. He wanted to cut the whole shirt. He wasn't enjoying it. He wanted to go home. But far from it, he said, "No, this is mentally. It's been the best thing for him." I think that's just such a great, refreshing attitude. I think there's certainly too many guys in this Rangers team that have shied away from everything that goes with being a Rangers player. They're having to deal with that pressure and that mental side of things. And where he's embraced it, and he can see the benefit of being here and going through the tough times.
And I'll tell you something else when I mentioned this, the piece the other day, but the fans have really taken to him. They obviously had a song for him, the kind of Mikey Moore's song at Rugby Park the other night. It was great seeing any Rangers player, but great seeing him being a young guy going and kind of taking the acclaim of the away support at the end, because it feels to me like that just hasn't happened at all this season. It certainly hasn't happened enough, even in recent years. No Rangers fans actually having a a guy that they really love, and a kind of hero. And I know he's only a lone player, but that's why I make the point. I think they should try and get him for next season. I think you need to try and convince Spurs. I think Mikey Moore would need more convincing, but I think you need to try and convince Spurs. Look, this would be really good for his development. This season's been good, in terms of that kind of adapting to a new league, new club, etc. But next season is when he could really flourish under Danny Rowe, I think. And look, we need to wait and see what happens the next. Still 6 months of this, 5-6 months of this season left to go. But if he keeps going the way he's going, Mikey Moore, and that bond gets stronger with the support and with the manager, I wouldn't rule it out. I think it's a possibility that you could maybe get him in a second year's loan.